Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly predictions video for next week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. This one's for episode 12. It's called Pillar of Salt. And of course, as usual, spoiler warning if you're not caught up. If you haven't seen episode 11 yet, I'll put all the links in the description for the usual stuff for this upcoming episode, including the promo from AMC, as well as the description for the episode and kind of just some description details from the promo, how I break it down. So, I'm pretty excited for the finale of Fear. We're starting to get pretty close for it. According to the wiki, there's only 4 episodes left this season. We have episode 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we've got the 4 coming up. And the last 2, it looks like, are both listed for October 2nd. So it looks like there will be this year some kind of break between when The Walking Dead comes back on and when Fear ends, unlike last year where it ended and then Walking Dead was coming right on. I think that actually is better to have a little bit of a break in between both. Because it'll give us like a pretty big finale. It looks like for this one it's going to be a double episode finale on October 2nd, which leaves us with only 3 weeks of Fear left. And I've enjoyed having season 2 on during the summer when, in the past before previous seasons we didn't have anything to watch with regards to Walking Dead aside from just waiting for the season to resume for the original series. So episode 12, Pillar of Salt. By the way, if you missed my review for Pablo and Jessica, the link will be in the description so you guys can check it out. So for Pillar of Salt, the name itself is a little bit weird, Pillar of Salt. I'm thinking is somebody salty for something that happened before? I don't know. Is someone going to run into some kind of salt mine or something? I don't know. Or salt water or something? I don't know. The description for the episode reads, Madison springs into action when one of the hotel residents gets violent. Meanwhile, Alejandro shows a darker side of himself at the Colonia. So it actually looks like for this episode, we may not even see Chris and Travis again yet. Which is fine, because I am liking what's going on with the hotel a lot, and also getting to see Nick and his and sort of maybe the start of a relationship with Luciana. We'll see what happens with that. So to break down the description. So as we've seen, the 2 groups that are there at the hotel, aside from, our trio that are currently there, Madison, Strand, and Alyicia, they hate each other. They've been at odds. There's been deaths possibly caused by the actions of Elena. And so we'll have to see, and Hector, so we'll have to see what happens here. But it looks like maybe the other group might try and get revenge on them. Really hard to say right now. Based on the promo, we can't see too much. We can see Madison, she's kind of being pushed back for something that's happening. We can see her say, if anyone raises a hand to another, they're out. She's kind of taking on a leadership role in this new little group already, which I do like a lot. But we'll have to see what's going to happen with that and whether or not those 2 groups are going to be able to get along together. And it looks like they're not so far anyway. It looks like they're not going to be able to get along together without getting violent. And it looks like that's what we're going to see this episode. Maybe Oscar, maybe the mother. We'll see what happens between that and our 2 little groups. But it looks like it's going to go down between them. So meanwhile, Alejandro shows a darker side of himself at the Colonia. So that I'm thinking just probably continuing along with what we're seeing. We do see in the promo that the danger, Nick says, the danger is now. It's real. It is coming. And then we see kind of a flash of the group of the gangsters we saw prior. And you have Alejandro say, nobody leaves the Colonia. There's also a look at the kind of bus that connects to the wall, which is pretty cool as well, too. And, if you look at kind of that situation, what's happening with that, the Colonia seems like a pretty good place to stay. It's got walls and everything, and it's actually kind of surprising they were able to build that, because the people that inhabit it, they don't seem to be very strong survivors. I mean, you have a lot of kids, who obviously not going to be, there's not too many Lizzie or Mika's around. Probably they're going to grab guns and start shooting if it goes down, right? You have a lot of older people, elderly people who are sick. You do have some, like there's some. I don't want to make it sound like the Colonia doesn't have anything, but if the group of gangsters attack them, it seems like they probably won't be able to defend themselves very well. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of how the story gets pushed through for the finale. If they get kind of pushed out, if Alejandro gets killed or something happens with that, if he goes down with the ship, so to speak, and then Nick and Luciana have to leave together or something, and maybe bring I don't know, who knows, the girl with them or something like that, or something along those lines is kind of what I'm thinking for the finale and what's going to happen with that community. I don't think it's going to last, in other words, and I think we're maybe getting to see the start of that in this upcoming episode with episode 12, which has already kind of started. Maybe they find out that the ones that they cut, that they gave to them were no good or were tampered with, so then the gangsters get pissed and come after them because they kind of screwed them in the deal, and Nick inadvertently sort of causes the downfall of this community, which he's good at doing stuff like that, so it would fit pretty well. So we'll see what happens with that. You guys can write your comments below. How do you see the last 4 episodes going with regards to Colonia? Do you think it's going to stand? Do you think it's going to fall? I do think it's going to fall by the end, or at least he'll be forced to leave somehow because of something that happens there. So aside from that, we see somebody in a truck. We can't see who it is. There's also one of a zombie getting killed, and it looks to me like it might be Ofelia. So maybe we'll see Ofelia in the truck that she left with, maybe going to look for her dad. Possibly could see him before the season finale if they are to bring him back, if he's not dead for sure. So it'll be okay to see Ofelia. She's probably my least favorite character right now in the show out of our original group, I want to say. It's kind of like she's there, she's part of the show, but I don't really care much for the character. I just don't, for some reason. I'm not sure why. She's been there, but it's like whatever. It doesn't. If she's killed off or whatever, I'll be like, whatever. So we'll see if she's able to make any good ground, if she's going to try to head back to the U.S. and what's going to happen with that. It could be a cool point of view to see what happens with her, but I really don't care in terms of her fate personally. Madison, if anyone raises a hand to another, they're out. We went over that. Strand has some blood on him and he looks to be hurt or something, or shocked or something. So obviously stuff going down at the hotel between the groups, and maybe Madison trying to keep the peace and Strand trying to keep the peace. But they're afraid of the zombies, right, and the walkers, because they haven't dealt with them too much. So it seems like Madison and the others were able to take the lead with regards to that. But now it seems like from the promo and everything that maybe those groups are not afraid of each other. They're afraid of the zombies, they're afraid of the walkers. They're not afraid of each other, and they're willing to attack each other and kill each other for revenge. So we'll see what happens with that. And wouldn't it be interesting if they somehow kicked Madison and Strand out after they helped clear the whole place out? Wouldn't seem right, that's for sure. And Alyicia too. Alyicia, you risked it. Is he safe? And the question, is he safe? I'm not sure if you're talking about Strand or somebody else. And then we've got the wall and kind of a zoom out shot of the wall in Pillar of Salt. That's pretty much it. I'm expecting it to be an okay episode. I think episode 10 so far for this half has been my highlight episode. Did like episode 10 a lot. Episode 11 was good too. A decent episode too. And Pillar of Salt, I'm thinking will be probably somewhere around what episode 11 was like, with 10 maybe being the best. And I am excited to see how the season ends up. I'm kind of happy to see that they're doing a double, if the wiki is correct, a double finale. So we get to see 2 final episodes on the last weekend when they show it. And that makes Fear the Walking Dead Season 2 a 15-episode season. And I would say with the Abigail, with everything else we've seen this season and the start of the season, it's been a pretty great season. And it's different seeing them in Mexico when we're so used to seeing everybody in the U.S. So, that'll be it for this video predictions video today, guys. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'll do another one this week. Of course, send me the Q&A questions as usual. And we'll do some more Fear, Q&As this week. But maybe I'll do one giving my thoughts on the finale and kind of when it all ends, of course. I'm glad that they'll be separated up, because maybe we can do like a top 5 best Fear episodes. Maybe we can do like a season review like I do for The Walking Dead, and do that for Fear, because Season 2 has been pretty solid. I think pretty solid. And let me know what you guys think is going to happen in Pillar of Salt and how you feel about Fear right now. If you guys liked this video, as usual, please thumb it up below. You can also share, you can favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. Always appreciate everybody who subscribes. Thanks for all your support, guys. Let's keep on doing our thing, and let's have some fun in the Q&As this week. We'll do another one for Chris and Travis, since we haven't seen them, so nothing's changed with that. I have some questions actually from last week still to answer, so we'll do that soon. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you soon. It's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys.